devastating today, but I can tell by the courage. This is a resilient bunch, and they're very persistent. And they're going to recover from this. And as Premier of the province, we've been reaching out now. So we're looking, first and foremost, we know there will be a big response from the people of our province. They always do. And in this particular case, it's important now to get a building in place. And Mr. Walters will be visiting the site this afternoon. That is the current Eastern Health facility. So trying to help him now to get some storage in place, and the food will come in, we know. But we also know there's more than food that's lost. There's some equipment, so we'll be reaching out and providing some financial support for Mr. Walters and his group of $50,000 right now, and we'll have that ready. But added to that, we've got a great group of employees that are actually organizing a food drive as well across government, and these are the public sector employees. So they'll be reaching into, but I think first and foremost, the most important thing now is to support Mr. Walters and his group in getting a facility in place so that when the food comes in, they have a place to store it and get the distribution back in place.
It's absolutely fantastic. We're going to be going in there and look at the facility this afternoon, and hopefully if it meets our needs, there's going to be a handshake and a key exchange, and we're off to the races. The response has been really, really good, I must say. The Vice President of Bank of Nova Scotia was in Labrador on business in Colony lunchtime and said that they were going to commit $10,000 to us. And the citywide cabs, they're committed $10,000. Chevron committed $10,000. Mon Insurance are going to be opening up their offices and stacking as a drop-off point for food for us. Investors Group are going to be making a financial contribution, and in addition to that, they'll be holding a food drive for us. So there's a lot of groups and individuals out there. One lady listened to a CBC interview that they did yesterday, and she was from Sheet Harbour, Nova Scotia, and she called me at home last night and wanted to know our business address so she could send a check in the mail. So it goes from someone in Sheet Harbour in another province making a donation to large corporations, so it's all encompassing really.
My name is Jody Williams. I'm the manager here at Bridges to Hope Food Aid. My main concern right now is some of the other food banks have a model where they only give out food from them. Our model is a bit more substantial, and because we serve the most clients. We do about 1,000 people a month, so we do a lot of fundraising and stuff. But my main concern right now is having to take on those clients, because next week those food banks that totally rely on the Food Sharing Association are not going to get food. Mm-hmm. So I expect a lot of people to start coming to our door that normally we don't serve, and of course that's fine. We're non-geographical, non-denominational, and we'll certainly do our part to help out. But again, the obstacle would be, of course, taking on all these new clients.
Yeah, absolutely. The food sharing has a critical role in the community. They're phenomenal community partners, but they also provide food for people who have no other way of obtaining food. So if you take that service out of an already desperate situation, then clearly the other groups, a gathering place that supplies food for people who are not able to self-care and self-manage, then yes, we are going to have to really step up and ensure that we're ready for extra numbers. But I think at the end of the day, it really allows us to have time to speak about the larger problem, which is the reality that so many people rely on food banks every week or every month for basic food items, and so it's not a help in time of need. It's actually the way that people are able, and the only way that they're able to access food, and that population goes well beyond the boundaries of the gathering place. So I think food security and services for people who are marginalized, who are vulnerable around income and cost of living changes. I think that's the broader conversation that perhaps once things are settled, and I believe community will rally around about building the resources right now to get food sharing back up and running. Once that has passed, then it is an opportunity for us to have a broader conversation.